Welcome back to the channel. Today, what I am going to be doing is putting a second coat on one of my cutting boards. I love doing cutting boards and charcuterie boards. Here's a small cheese board, and this is walnut, and it's also epoxy resin. And I have a charcuterie board, or a cheese board, if you will. And this one is from this is an exotic wood. It's called Padauk. It's an exotic wood from Africa, and it's naturally this red color. Matter of fact, this is not stained. This is simply the natural color of the wood. And I've used Odie's oil, which I'll be using on this cutting board today. And that is one of the boards that I do, but I love doing cutting boards. This is an edge grain cutting board, and it's made from walnut, have strips of cherry, and a strip of Padauk. The red color is the natural red color. And this board, I did a juice groove in it, and also have the finger grooves on the side. So today, what I'll be doing is putting a second coat of Odie's oil. Probably not necessary, but any wood could probably benefit from a couple of coats. And what I'm using is Odie's oil. It's a food-safe oil, and it can be used on so many different things. It can be used on cutting boards, charcuterie boards. It can be used on tabletops. As a matter of fact, if you have hardwood floors and you'd like a good, solid, waterproof finish, it's great for doing floors, great for even doing decks. Pretty much anything wood. It can even be used on other things besides wood, on metal. But it bonds to the wood, and it is waterproof. It comes one of the sizes in these little jars, and it's pretty thick consistency, so you have to stir it. And I'll be applying it with a pad called a Merlon pad. It's equivalent to about 2,500 grit sandpaper. So it's recommended that you put it on with a pad that is equal to or higher than the last grit that you use to sand your board or your wood. So we'll be using this, and you don't have to use a lot. As a matter of fact, what you'll find is when I apply it, I'll just be putting just a little bit from here, applying it a little bit to the pad, and a little bit goes a long, long way. So I believe I have it to the consistency where it's almost liquid. And so here's what we'll do. We'll do the back of the board first. Add a little bit on the board, and this is a brand new pad, so I'll be adding some to the pad as well. And you simply go in circular motions as you apply it, and as you can see here, it's spreading very, very easily, and it goes a long, long way. So as I'm putting this in, I will apply this coat liberally everywhere, and then I will allow it to dry for about 10 minutes. You can let it dry for 10 minutes to an hour, or maybe even longer, but for me 10 minutes is pretty well sufficient. If you're using it on softwoods, the softwoods tend to absorb quite a bit more of whatever finish that you're applying, especially the end grain. But since this already has one coat, it's going on pretty well, and it's going to be continuing to absorb as I work it into the wood. I will be making some more cutting boards. I will be making different designs, and I will record the video for those of you who would like to see how a cutting board is made. This is what I would consider a premium cutting board because of the woods that are used, exotic woods, also the design and the juice groove and the finger grooves uh, pretty well make it more of a premium board. We can do boards without the juice grooves. We can do boards without the finger grooves as well. We can also put rubber feet on the bottoms of the boards. I know some who use cutting boards like feet on the bottom. It can tend to slip around if you're using a cutting board without feet. But the reason I did this one this way was because if you, I was talking to someone yesterday, a couple of days ago, about their cutting boards, and their cutting boards don't have, as they put it, I don't have one of them fancy cutting boards like this. They said when they're cutting something like fruit, or they said the juice goes everywhere on their counter. That's what a juice groove does, is it holds the whatever liquid that you have if you're cutting something, and it comes in the juice groove without going all over your counter. But you can use the side of the juice groove, or you can use the flat side. So both sides are usable. So if you would, if you like so far, go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon so that you can be notified when I have a new video available. Another thing that I'm doing, something close to my heart that I have started, it's a podcast, and it's a daily devotional podcast. It's called Daily Devotions for Busy Lives, and it's going to be I'll be dropping an episode every weekday morning at 5 a.m. Central Time, and it's going to be inspirational. It'll be Bible based. So if you would like to follow along, the trailer is live right now. You can find the podcast on just about any of your favorite podcast apps out there. Just search for Daily Devotions for Busy Lives, or I will also post the link to it in the description of this video. And also, if you would, please, if you like it, please follow, download, rate, and review. And that way more people can be notified of the podcast. So we'd appreciate if you would do that. I would also like to know if you would let me know in the comments what you would like for me to build next. Could be outdoor patio furniture, could be something for the garden, like planters. One of the things that I just did, I built a mini planter. It's about 7 inches, about 6 inches tall, and it's for little small potted plants, and it's designed more to put on your desk, on your table, made out of cedar, and it's a cute little board. My wife will loved it. Of course, as she says, you know that I like anything miniature. But let me know in the notes what you would like for me to build next, what you are interested in. If you're interested in purchasing something, if you'd like a cutting board or an Adirondack chair, patio furniture, swing, just anything, just let me know, and we'll work on it. I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, and I will respond. So let me know. And what we'll do is I will let this sit for about 10 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll buff this out. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, and what I'm going to do is take a terra cloth towel that I cut into smaller pieces, and I'm going to buff this out. And the goal is to get all of the oil off the board itself, because the board, in this 10 minutes, it has soaked into the board, and so you want to get everything off the surface And a good way to test is if you've done it well enough, if you pass your finger across, you won't see any oil residue. That means that it has soaked into the wood and you have taken out the oil off the top. So we're going to buff this well. Going to finish the bottom, all everything. There you go. All right. If you like this video, please subscribe and share it as well. Until next time, thank you. God bless.